What's up, everyone? It's Wolfman Vince, and today we're talking about the biggest announcement in the MMORPG world. Guild Wars 3 is officially real. After years of rumors, speculation, and countless discussions about whether ArenaNet would ever make a true sequel, we finally have a confirmation. We got an announcement trailer, an official blog post, some interviews, and enough information to start piecing together what Guild Wars 3 might actually look like. So in this video, I'm going to break down everything ArenaNet has officially revealed so far, what stands out to me from the trailer and blog posts, and my biggest theory about the game's profession system. So let's jump right into it. First, let's cover the facts. Guild Wars 3 was officially announced during Summer Game Fest 2026. ArenaNet describes it as a modern evolution of the MMORPG rather than simply another traditional MMO. They've repeatedly emphasized innovation, exploration, community, and creating a more immersive online world. The game is set over 1,000 years before the original Guild Wars, taking players back to Ur when it was still a thriving kingdom instead of the cursed land we know from Guild Wars 2. ArenaNet has also confirmed that Guild Wars 3 is coming to both PC and PlayStation 5, making it the first Guild Wars title to launch on console. Another major detail is the emphasis on traversal. The trailer shows players running, sliding, leaping, climbing, and moving through the world with a level of freedom that feels much more action-oriented than previous Guild Wars games. ArenaNet seems to be putting a huge focus on exploration and movement. We've also seen references to spirit companions known as Seekers. These companions appear to function as both lore-important allies and traversal tools, almost acting as mounts and companions at the same time. And finally, ArenaNet has announced a beta plan for fall 2027, so we're still a long ways from release. What really stands out to me is the language ArenaNet keeps using. They're not talking about recreating Guild Wars 2. They're not talking about a traditional theme park MMO. Instead, they keep using phrases like modern evolution of the MMORPG, entirely new type of MMO experience, and creating a world that feels more believable and responsive. That tells me they're trying to rethink some of the foundations of the genre rather than simply making Guild Wars 2 with better graphics. The emphasis on exploration, movement, player freedom, and immersion feels very intentional. When I watch the trailer, I don't see a game focused on standing in one spot pressing skill rotations. I see a game built around movement, discovery, and adapting to situation. And that is where my biggest theory comes in. Now, we're entering speculation theory. All of this past this point is what I think might happen. This is not confirmed by ArenaNet. It's just simply my personal theory. I think that Guild Wars 3 will abandon the traditional profession system that we've known since Guild Wars 1. Instead, I believe we'll see something closer to New World or Albion Online. For those unfamiliar, those games don't lock you into a class permanently. Your abilities and playstyle are determined by your equipment, weapon choices, and progression paths rather than selecting Warrior, Ranger, Elementalist, or Necromancer at character creation. And why do I think ArenaNet might go this route? Well, first, the MMO industry has changed significantly since Guild Wars 2 launched. Players expect more flexibility. Many modern MMOs allow players to experiment without creating multiple characters just to try different roles. Second, ArenaNet has always been willing to change MMO conventions. Guild Wars 1 introduced skill bars and build crafting. Guild Wars 2 removed the Holy Trinity and introduced dynamic events and reimagined open world content. Guild Wars 3 feels like the perfect opportunity for ArenaNet to once again rethink a core MMO system. Imagine a character that learns skills through weapons, guild training, exploration, crafting, or mastery progression. One day you're fighting with a greatsword, the next day you're using a bow and support magic. Maybe certain weapon combinations unlock unique abilities, maybe guilds teach specialized skill lines, maybe your build evolves based on the choices you make throughout your journey. That would fit perfectly with ArenaNet's messaging about player freedom and creating a more modern MMO experience. So what could this mean? If Guild Wars 3 does use an open profession system, it could completely change how players approach the game. Instead of asking, what class should I pick? Players might ask, what kind of adventurer do I want to become? Build diversity could become enormous. Players would have far more freedom to experiment, and it would make the world feel more natural since your character's identity would come from your choices rather than a profession selected on day one. Of course, ArenaNet could absolutely stick with traditional professions. I mean, Guild Wars does have iconic classes, and many fans do love them. But if ArenaNet truly wants Guild Wars 3 to feel like a modern evolution of the MMORPG genre, I think open profession system is one of the boldest ways they could accomplish that. So that's everything we officially know about Guild Wars 3 so far, along with my biggest theory for where ArenaNet might be heading. What do you think? Do you want Guild Wars 3 to keep the classic profession system? Would you rather see something more like New World or Albion Online? And what features are you hoping ArenaNet reveals next? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Guild Wars 3 coverage. And I do play Guild Wars 2 on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv wolfmanvince. And I hope I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.